Hi, my name is Eileen Mostricht, and today I wanted to talk about a situation where you've done a revocable living trust so that you could avoid, your assets would avoid probate when you died, and then you deeded your house to the trust, which is very common, so that now the house is titled in the name of the trust so that it will avoid probate. But then you pass away and the trust is nowhere to be found. Nobody can find it. Believe it or not, this happens more often than you would think. So when we do these important documents, I know that life gets crazy, gets busy, we collect a lot of stuff, but we have to have a place where we keep these documents so that, and tell a couple of people, trusted people, look, if something happens to me, please look here, or at least keep them in your house in a place that's accessible by somebody if they're actually looking for something. I always tell people I like the closet shelf, put it in one of those big Ziploc bags, and at least it's above ground, and then if there's a roof leak it won't get wet, but that's a place that somebody would probably look if they were looking for important documents. But if they cannot find the trust, they've looked everywhere, they've done a thorough search, they've contacted a prior attorney if they had any information on that prior attorney, and the trust is nowhere to be found. So what's going to happen? So now your family is going to have to go through probate. Now there is, all this effort and money that you put towards this to try to avoid probate is going to be basically wasted, and it's going to go through probate, and it will be treated in almost all situations as an intestate estate. That means that it's treated as if you didn't have a will or a trust or anything. And then in that case, the state has written a will for you, basically, that applies when you don't have something that you've done and that nobody can find. So there's a whole hierarchy of who your assets would go to in an intestate situation. For example, your spouse would be first. If you didn't have a spouse, then it would be children. If you don't have kids, it would be parents, and on and on. But the important thing is if you're going to do a trust, because you want to avoid probate and you're going to deed your house into that trust, you must keep it findable. You have to keep those important documents in a safe place. Otherwise, it's going to be as if you never did it.